I am a textile designer, a weaver. To design fabric, you must plan. Every yarn has a specific spot, warp and weft, color, type, and construction, all to create beautiful fabric. Now, the same guidelines should work with our kids. Easy. You have a perfect idea of who they are, and then set more or less the plan ahead. Who doesn't know their kids? My wife and I used to have a girl and a boy. A couple of years ago, our daughter Tal called us to our bedroom. She pointed out shyly to a mess of clothing on our bed. But it was not a mess. She had arranged her clothes in writing, spelling the words, "I am a boy." That was the way that my daughter Tal came out to us as a transgender boy. Now, as a father, this came as quite an earthquake. Is this serious? Your beautiful little girl, all in pink, glaring glass, is telling you that she is a boy. What does that mean? Well, my first reaction was complete denial. I was certain that this was just a phase, just some kind of dress-up or a search for identity. Maybe a way to explain to herself who she was. Then I looked for reasons. I blamed her teenage age. I blamed YouTube for planting ideas in her head. I blamed her friends for accepting who she said she was, accepting with love, without questioning her. And maybe it was my fault. I was there since she was born. I know her better than anyone else. Did I do something wrong? I looked for every logical reason to prove that this was not right. I had conversations with myself. I asked myself questions and provided myself possible and logical answers. But every time I approached her and offered my perspective, her answer was always the same. "Dad, I am a boy." Then came the crying. What kind of life will she have? What happened to my daughter? Where did she go? What will people say? And what will I do? I understood that this was real. I understood that no one would make this up. This was not a charade. My daughter is a transgender boy. The next step was mourning for a loss. I lost my daughter. I have a son, but I lost my daughter. The final step was acceptance. Bye-bye, daughter, and welcome, son. I started learning, making sure I completely understood what does being a transgender mean. And then my wife and I made a checklist of all the people we want to tell personally, to avoid anybody hearing through the grapevine, to give family, friends, and teachers the opportunity to ask questions and provide real answers to eliminate any stereotypes they might have had. We were paving his way into his new life, making sure that his surroundings will accept him as well. But that was about me. What about him? Well, after Tal understood that she was in fact a he, the second issue was the appearance. It started with a haircut and then clothing. Try to remember being a teenager. Our clothes and haircut reflect our identity. We make that shift where we start to understand that our appearance counts for something. Being a teenage transgender means that you are reborn, searching for a new appearance, with nothing on your past to lean on, and on a body that doesn't fit who you really are. I noticed that something was not right. Well, all of it was not right, but the clothes, the patterns, the colors, they did not work well. It was obvious that now as a boy, he wanted to dress as a boy. But to me, it still seemed like a girl was dressing up like a boy. And saying that, we all have, of course, the freedom to dress as we like. That was not the only issue. The struggle to shed off any girl-related attributes has now become planning, And it was a serious issue. Looking at my new son transforming, I kept asking myself, what will he look like as a boy? I still do. Matters of size and spread, color and style, covering and revealing, all these have become serious issues in the transformation. But none seem to really fit. Is there anything that can really fit? That's when it came to me. Hey, I am a designer. Let me take you shopping. So we went shopping in the men's section. T-shirts, jeans, sweatshirts, all for men. I experienced the most joyful client ever. Through clothing, I experienced not only modeling my new boy, helping him become who he really is, finalizing the transition by appearance and setting him on a new path. I experienced a new bond with my kid. Not only did he understand who he was, but also I had a better understanding of who he is. With Tal, I experienced a completely new relationship, a father and son relationship. Once upon a time, my bond, my loving bond, was with my daughter. Now the loving bond is with my son. I love my children for who they are and encourage them to be whoever they understand they are, whenever they understand it, for as many times as they understand. At the least, I get to go shopping with them. At the most, I experience the best loving relationship imaginable. At the end of the day, you can't design your kids because you don't need to. Thank you.